Hi, Sagittarius. Happy Sagittarius season. Hi, how are you guys? It's great to see you guys. I'm so sorry that I couldn't do your reading this morning. I had a lot going on, but I'm just going to catch you up. I'm a dog mom, and my son, who's 8 now, he's been having trouble, and he had to go to the vet. And so it was like rushing this and rushing a reading didn't sound right. And I've learned in the past that when you're rushing a reading and you're doing the reading, it doesn't feel right, and it doesn't, like, the vibes don't feel kind of off. So if I'm willing to reschedule to make sure I have the correct information and the right energy, I will. So just learning as I go with this experience that I'm doing. I'm trying a new filter too, just to see if I like doing the filters. But yeah, I kind of like this. So how are you guys doing? I know it's been kind of weird, and we have made it to Sagittarius season in 2020. It's I think the next season is Capricorn, so that's the last season before it becomes the new year. So we are, heading strong and doing what we need to do. So usually I pick a stone. I have this calcite stone. This is the first stone I thought of when I thought of you guys. Ooh. And see, I'm already dropping it. Oh my gosh. So calcite is a stone of relaxation, clarity, and peace. I'm gonna place it in here, and I have my heart and my throat, heart and third eye chakra going, like I usually do with some incense. But yeah, so I got that started. So I'm just going to go get into the reading with you guys. Waste no time with you guys, and let's see what's going on. So I did meditate before getting on live because I just wanted to, do that quickly. I have been doing meditating, like, on live and stuff. Shh. You guys would start barking. So I did do that. Let's see here. I'm sorry. They see everything and anything, and they want to bark. You guys! So Sagittarius, I just wanted to get on with you guys real quick and let you know what's going on. I saw a clock in your vision, your meditation, and this is what happens when I'm the animal whisperer. My roommate calls me the Black Snow White for some reason because I love animals, and they always tend to do this. And I would have them do this during the Sagittarius reading. So yeah, it's been a while with you guys, and you're feeling like time. I feel like time and the clock for you guys was in your reading. But when I first found Sagittarius, you guys were in like a investigation room, not a jail cell, but like an investigation room, like when you're going in there to be like, interviewed and seeing if you did the crime and whatnot. Because if you like crime shows like me, you understand. So I saw that for you guys, but you were laying on the table. You were basically waiting in a room that was already open. You were being interrogated, but no one was interrogating you. And the door was open for you, but it kept opening and closing, opening and closing. So it was unlocked for you to go through, but you just sat there and you were waiting patiently. And finally, when you did decided to get up and actually go, there was nobody in the jail. There was nobody actually at the station. There was nobody. It was like there was nobody there. And once you got out to, the real world, you just kept running and running because time actually froze on you. And time was freezing. And I like that kind of saying because time did freeze for 2020. It did feel like, time was frozen for a lot of us. And basically, you started to run even though everyone was frozen. You ran past the basketball court. People were frozen on the basketball court. And you were like, getting some stuff from, like, finding stuff here and there, like stones and stuff like that. But you were also just like, running. And as you were running, it would kind of felt like you were feeling like it was too late. I don't know about many of you guys, but have you been feeling like it's been too late? Have you feel like time is running out? Sagittariuses are known for being impatient. Do you feel like there's no more time left? Are you feeling like worn out? Are you feeling like your life is going by? Well, we're going to get into that and see what's that about. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull a card now. See what's going on. Okay, one's not coming out by accident, so we're just gonna you got the High Priestess and not reverse, the High Priestess up for, are you feeling like, and I like that it has the moon in it. So there's a lot to think about. There's a lot to go on, especially when it comes to this card, because you're thinking with the inner, you're thinking with the mind, which is why the third heart chakra is light right now. You're also thinking with the mind because it's also about beliefs and your choices of beliefs. And is things how you feel right now? Are you thinking straight? Are you feeling like your religion or any, it's a high religion card. And it's kind of like the inner and well-being of yourself that needs to feel like you're going somewhere. I feel like you're at this point right now where you're very spiritual. Are you very spiritual? Are you very intuitive? So yeah, I feel is that since most of the Sagittarius I know are okay. I got a 10 of Cups for your influence, and they're upright. You seem very happy right now. Of course, it's Sag season. Of course, you're going to feel the energy of Sagittarius and stuff like that. But you seem very happy right now. High Priestess, you are High Priestess and the 10 of Cups, a rainbow. And you're probably around family, Sagittarius, because you've been missing family. You've been missing family. You've been missing your foundation. And it's, you know, it's weird. It's not weird, but at the same time, Sagittarius is, we tend to adventure and to go off and to do what we want to do. But at the same time, it's nice to be back home. Like you're inside your mind, but you're also inside with your family too. And you're seeing your foundation and your roots, which is a great year to actually, you know, plant a good foundation. And I've been saying that a lot to a lot of people. Plant your foundation, plant, you know, your seeds. I got the 3 of Wands. Great card at the bottom. It was already calling me once I even seen it. 3 of Wands. You've done so much work this year, Sagittariuses. You just don't even know it. You've done so much work this year. And now you have a lot of choices to make for the next year. A lot of readers call this first year like the Fool. And the next year is, which is 2021, is the Ace. So this is like, I'm sorry I didn't mention that what kind of reading this was. But this is the reading for 2021. 2021 is going to be a big year. And I feel like it's a big fire year. But it's also going to be, you know, fire and air go together. So a lot of things are going to be moving. You have a lot of choices to make because all the work that you put in here. Everyone uprooted and changed this year by nature, by, you know, kind of force. But next year, you have to make a big decision on what you want to do and what you need to do. You have all these ways, choose the paths to choose. But I feel like you do feel like you're running out of time. And you feel like, you know, maybe if I waited too long or something like this, you have the magic in you. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I like these cards for a lot of happiness and free thinking. And you're at a good place right now because also listen to your intuition. I cannot stress this enough. Listen to what your heart says. If your heart says quit something like a job, quit a relationship, I know there's certain things like money going forth, and because, you know, Sagittarius are very lucky. But at the same time, you have to do what's best for you. And your mental health is important. I always say that in every reading, you know, your mental health is important. Let's see. So we got that for goals. What's going on in their deep past? Okay. I got the Knight of Wands in reverse. I'm gonna put these cards back. I got the Knight of Wands in reverse. In a deep past, this is a very high driven card. When it's reversed like this, it's kind of like a card going nowhere, if you understand what I'm saying. It's hard because because in your deep past, you've worked so hard. It's kind of like, I've been getting readings and other things of second chances, and like the first time around, Sagittarius, you did so much work, but it was kind of like you work hard, but you didn't work smart. And that's what I'm getting in your deep past, especially now. I feel like a lot of us are getting back on the realm of, it's kind of like a rebirth, regeneration. Like you're feeling like it's over, but it's not. But at the same time, in your deep past, you did a lot of work and it was for nothing. And it's okay, because guess what? You learn so much. You learn how to, to trust certain people. You learn how to regroup and regenerate. You are one of those signs that doesn't give up, because you're very optimistic. Very optimistic. Optimistic, yes. So you're very optimistic in what you want to do, what you want to create. So never underestimate that. Let's see. Let's see what else is coming up. You got the Hangman in reverse. I always think this is forward, but it's in reverse. Your recent past right now is that you're waiting, and it's for a good reason. And it's funny how I saw you guys waiting in an investigation room, kind of like you were being prosecuted. Like you got in trouble. Or you're basically, just sitting there waiting for certain things to happen. And the waiting is hard. You feel like it's hindering you, but everything happens in time. So don't ever feel like that it's not happening in the right time or the right space. It's going to happen when it needs to happen. You understand? So it's one of those things where you need to be patient, but at the same time, don't feel rushed when it's time to go. I feel as though that you're being patient, and I feel like you feel like you waited so long and everyone's ahead of you and you have to rush to catch up, which I saw in the vision. And rushing to catch up will have you on the ground having a heart attack. Don't rush. I've spent most of my life rushing and trying to go with the flow of things. Don't rush your vision and your passion. You got the Moon card. Future influences. I didn't even see the Wheel of Fortune come out. Oh my gosh. That landed right on the top. I did not see that. Did y'all see that? I didn't see that. And wait a minute. All three of these cards waited out too long. Page of Swords is a very adventurous card. I'm sorry, these cards threw me off. Like they were extra bonus cards that just sat out too long, and they sat on the deck too long. So I feel like I have to talk about them. Page of Swords, air sign, and you got the Eight of Wands, which is a fire sign card. So water, air and fire go together. We go together. Yep, they go together. Sorry, this very compatible sign cards. What do you want to do? This is in reverse. Page of Swords in reverse. Don't get trampled and fooled. But and they landed right on your center too. So, and you also got the Wheel of Fortune. A great creative card because it's always in the air, and your heart's in the air, and you feel like you're untouched right now. So definitely some cards to look at. Wow, I can't believe I had these cards sitting here and I didn't even notice it. Let me see why I got these cards. These on the side right here, because usually I don't pull cards. Can't believe I just not mentioned those. feel as though maybe if you guys are starting back, like a lot of people, because the era is different and because the world is changing at a pace that we didn't know, you're trying to catch up with everybody because you feel like everyone is at this place where they know, and at this place where they know who they are and where they are and where they are at in life. Don't ever get caught up in that. You are supposed to be where you're supposed to be. You got the Chariot. You're controlling too much of the narrative. You got to let the universe have some control too. It's too overbearing and too much. Well, and you got this in your question sign, your question era. When you have the Chariot in reverse, which you got black and white, which you had in the High Priestess, I always notice the black and white figures in there. You're trying to control a lot. And Sagittariuses are like perfectionists behind the scenes, even though sometimes like we think about the whole world and our future, we always are thinking about the future ahead of us. And it's scary because we think about the future way too much and what's ahead of us. But at the same time, it's all about control. And when you have the Chariot in reverse, it's getting to your head too much. You can control a lot, but at the same time, sometimes you just got to let the universe handle it itself. Sometimes when we take control and we decide to do things, it goes wrong. Because guess what? The universe has the answers. The universe knows what it's talking about. It's kind of like being an Indian giver. When you give, you say, oh, I give it to God, or I give it to someone, and you decide to take the blessing back because you feel like you don't know what the universe or God is doing. They know what they're doing. They wouldn't be doing this for so long if they didn't know what they're doing. They heard they've heard your prayers. They've heard your prayers. They've heard your request. They heard your manifestation. Sorry, I can't speak right now. They heard your manifestation. Now it's up to you to go and do the work. Don't get a lot like signs of doing. I feel like you're doing some work, but you're also not doing some work. I don't know why I was pointing to the moon card. And usually the moon is the strongest. You have a lot of things going. You have, instincts, but you're also having your intuitive instincts. It's like sun and moon all together. So it's day and night with you guys. Allow the universe to change your life, but also do the work too. It's kind of like wanting a car, but not working to get the car. Or wanting that new job or that new business, but just waiting around for people to come in. And I used to be a big person of that. I would be like, oh, I pray for this, but I wanted the universe to magically show up at my door with something. No, you have to go out and get it. You have to go out and manifest it. And that's a hard thing to do because I think humans are at the point where we just want things to come to us, but it's not like that. And it has to be a hard working foundation. And sometimes it's a sacrifice. And that sacrifice is hard itself because you want what you want, just like anyone else. So you're kind of in this place of, you got the Two of Wands in reverse. And it's kind of like he's holding a globe in his hand. Are you not finding your direction where you want to go? Is a lot of things influencing you? I feel as though, Sagittarius, you're very indecisive right now. It's hard because there's so many things going on right now. There's so many aspects going on right now where you just can't decide what you want to do. And it's okay. Because guess what? It's like a new era is coming and we have a new clean start. I have been in the industry for 10 years. I've been in the beauty industry for 10 years. And I thought that's what I wanted. But it wasn't. And now I have a clean start. But just like everyone else, I have control. Because I'm at a different age in my life. I'm at a different time in my life where I want certain things. And I don't want to give up certain things. But I need to allow things to happen. There's a big decision on the horizon. It's about doing, the willpower, the energy, the manifestation, the creation into you. Why are you here, Sagittarius? Why are you on this earth? I think what separates us from other generations is that we have so many options now. We can have multiple businesses. We can have multiple passions and make them into businesses. But at the same time, I feel like there's one purpose. Is the purpose to give to the world? Is the purpose to build wealth? Actually, no. Scratch that. Not just one purpose, but I feel like the calling for your life can be in multiple directions, but to know the center and foundation of who you are and who you are meant to be is very important. A lot goes into, I feel like I'm getting a lot of 2021 readings about where your inner being is, your foundation is being the foundation of it all. And I think I mentioned that in the Leo reading as well. Your foundation, check and see why you're doing what you're doing. Why are you going out and chasing that money? Are you chasing that money just to have in a bank, or are you chasing it to make sure your mom has a new house? Do you want to create something? This is the perfect time to create. So many doors have been opened for artists and creators, because I feel like, I'm talking to a creator sign. You're wanting to create a new world. You're wanting to create new things happening in your life. But it's hard because you're trying to control and you're trying to allow certain things and you're trying to catch up. Don't catch up. Allow things to happen. My guidance counselor used to tell me this all the time. Live one day by day by day. Period. Let me go ahead before I be here an hour talking to you guys. Because the energy is just like, we feel as though because we can't control the future. One thing we can't control in the future is dying or death. And so we tend not to think about it. But you also have to be realistic in your dreams and goals and why we are all here. The emotional side of you right now is tired, exhausted, overwhelmed. Relax. That's the reason why I got this stone. You got to relax. We're planners. Sagittarius are planners, but when it gets there to the actual point, sometimes what we plan never goes how it's supposed to go. Relax. You got to relax. I'm not seeing any pentacles or cups in this reading. I'm seeing a lot of wands and some air signs coming through. So even if it takes a year, usually the world card comes up as a year. But is a year going to be harder than this year? Or is it going to be, you can have to control the narrative of what you want in this year. 2020 showed you who was there and who wasn't there. What's going on? Even if you're getting dreams about it, ask the ancestors what you want to know, what you want to see. The preparation is yours. The planning is yours. Don't live for someone else, especially if they're not there, especially if they don't call you, if they don't, think about you. It's time to move on. Don't give so much energy to people who are not giving their energy as well. It's a very selfish year because everyone's trying to look out for themselves, their family. They have to worry about. People are out of place because they don't know what to do. You thought, it's kind of like the essential job. You thought you had an essential job. You thought. Until they were like, no, we don't need you. So make yourself, valuable. You got the Ace of Pentacles. And I just said we didn't have any pentacles. You're going to make a new idea next year that's going to make you very wealthy. I feel that off the bat. Something is going to happen next year. And it could be even starting this year ahead. You're going to be very wealthy with whatever you're trying to place. Oh, and I got 3 pentacles. Teamwork makes the dream work. I don't know why I decided to pick that card, but yes, teamwork makes the dream work. You have the idea, you have to allow people in to actually see your idea. It's kind of like when you're directing a film, or if you're telling a story or you're creating a story, if you're the producer, you cannot not let your team know what's happening in the film, what's happening on the set, because everyone's here for a same goal, is to create something new. Teamwork makes the dream work. If you're creating something, find someone you trust. I know it's hard to trust because a lot of people steal ideas, steal creations. It's kind of like I've always watched on, like, gossip channels and stuff like that, how people are always mad because someone stole their idea, someone stole their creation, someone recreated what they were creating, and they didn't give them credit. You have a new idea. It's about who you have to create the team, though. And this is what it means by going back to the drawing board and creating your team, making sure that you are mentally okay to get that nice foundation of people. Good ideas that's going to make you money. It's already here. I feel like it goes along with this cards too. But you have to have the good teamwork, because we didn't get here as a whole era, generation, universe of humanity by just working alone. And Sagittarius love solitude. We are extroverted, but we're introverted at the same time. And at the same time, we want to do the work ourselves, but at the same time, we need help. It's okay to ask for help. And if they say no, it's still okay. I used to be a saleswoman. Saying no, people say, what's the worst they can do? Say no. And sometimes it does hurt. But other times, you got to keep going. And I'm getting that message. I'm getting that, answer from you guys. If you have something that you want to do and people don't believe it you right now or say no, that does not mean that it's not going to happen. They just don't see the same vision. They were meant to see that vision. You were meant to see that vision in your head. All the ideas, all the creativity that goes into your head, it was given by you. And it's hard because we want to feel people who around us know what's going on. So overall, Sagittarius, I do see some good work next year. Next year, it's about really putting the work in. Get your rest now, because next year is going to be that year. A year frozen like this doesn't come around, especially in this era, especially in this decade. It probably won't come around again like this. Some people look at the slowdown or the quarantine as a blessing. Some of it look as it as a hardship, because rest in peace and rest in heaven to everyone who did pass away. That is sad, but at the same time, for you guys to be here, be thankful. It's funny, we're having this reading right after Thanksgiving. Be thankful. You may have lost your job. You may have lost some money. You may have lost of your sense of being, but guess what? You have another day to figure it out, to get another job. You don't have to worry about, being on a ventilator or something that's, you're not leaving this earth. Some people didn't have that choice this year. So be thankful that you are able to actually have that choice another time around, because it's hard, especially when you don't know what's going to happen next. So be thankful. Wake up and say, I am thankful. The universe allowed me to live another day. The creator, life, God, he allowed me to live another day. Be thankful. Let me just go over your stuff real quick, Sag. High Priestess, your inner being, your beliefs is getting you through right now, because you're very optimistic. Reason why you're optimistic, because you're feeling love from your family right now. You're feeling love from your outer influences, your friends or family. If you're not, you're going to find it, because guess what? You're optimistic, and this is happiness. You're emotionally right now. You're emotionally in tuned right now, because your happiness outside. You're pretty happy. And if it's not right now, it's actually next year. I keep forgetting that we are also talking about next year. Next year, you're going to be spiritually and, mentally happy, because of your complete wholeness and emotion, because of the work that you did this year. Now that you have completed yourself wholeheartedly and you worked on yourself wholeheartedly, now you have a decision to make. Now you have choices to make. Now you have goals, because guess what? This guy, he's looking out to the world and he has all these wands, which is determination. Just which one you choose. And he always puts his hand near the one that has more wands. He's looking for options and choices. You have a lot of options and choices next year to do what you need to do, because you did the work that you were supposed to do this year. And if you haven't, it's not 2021 yet. It's still in November. You still have a whole month to actually get yourself to a place that you want to be. Your foundation, your well-being. This year, because we're talking about next year, this year was a lot of running around, but not knowing where we were going. And feeling like you had to catch up. Because the Knight of Wands is, fire and passion. But it's not the Knight of Swords, it's the Knight of Wands. So you had a lot of passion and a lot of drive this year. But a lot of things slowed you down. And you got to reverse. So a lot of things happened where you had this passion, this drive, but the universe is like, slow down, because next year is going to be big. You need that rest and recuperation. And I feel like I'm just getting this message. A lot of people tend to keep running. You want to keep running and just running without really thinking about your next day. It's kind of like athletes and getting rest. You need your rest. We live in a culture where you have to work every single day of your life. Coffee, this, and drinking, and not relaxing and recouping. Don't let that get to you, Sag. Right now, you're in the waiting game. You know what you want. It's just now you're just playing the waiting game, because it's about basically, you waited long enough, Sag. You got this a lot this year. Sagittarius, you did get this a lot. The Hangman upright. You were like, I know what I want. I'm just ready for it. But don't get caught up into the wedding. You can prepare without really doing as much as you think you can doing. Praying, meditating, manifesting, all happens day by day. It doesn't happen with a big prayer, like a 1 hour big prayer or a whole set. You have to follow what you need to do. You got the Moon card and a future influence. Earth and Sun. Wolf and dog. Night and day. You have to balance that. Balance your inner being, your outer being, the reality and the dreams. Big dreamers. Make that into reality. The moon is there for your intuition. And it goes with the High Priestess as well. You have to balance each and everything out. It's like a decision. And they're on the path. One's on the moon path and one's on the sun path. You have the dog and the sun, and you have the moon and the wolf. Which path are you going to choose? Can you split between them? Each grass is on the green. Grass looks greener on the other side sometimes. But at the same time, you have to also mention, what do you want to do and what do you want to pursue? Okay. You have the Chariot. Allow the universe to give you what you need. There's no point of praying and manifesting and changing your ways if you still continue to allow yourself to be like, no, that's okay, universe. I'll take care of it myself. I'll do it myself. You do have control, but also too, don't believe the universe won't do what it's supposed to do for you, because it will. And I feel like this too in this card. I feel like this is a relationship, something in the relationship. I don't know why I'm getting this right now, but if you're in a relationship, talk to your partner. Talk to someone. It's best to talk to someone, therapist, or I feel like you need to talk to someone about the control that you're going through, because this year was out of control. You feel like you have to be more in control. Don't let it get to your head. You have a lot of choices to make. You have a lot of abundance to make. You have a new world to create, Sag. You have a whole new world to create, and that takes time. It doesn't take 1 year. So, Two of Wands in reverse. And this comes from your environment. You have a lot of options, a lot of choices. You're indecisive right now. You don't know what to do. It's kind of like, I have a new start, a new playing field. I don't want to run. I don't want to rush. But at the same time, what do I want to do? And don't worry about time. People get too caught up in time. You're still here. That means you still have time. And it will allow you to do what you need to do. And don't get caught up about the future. I think we're scared because we don't know the future. That's just one thing that we just don't have to worry about. Worry about what's going on. Oh, excuse me. In your life right now. Get some rest and relaxation. Why we picked up this stone. Get some rest and relaxation, Sag. Don't get overwhelmed and don't get overused too much because everyone wants a piece of you. But it's up to you to get that rest and relaxation. It's kind of like being a king and a queen, like, or a president or a leader. Leaders need to learn. Leaders learn how to give themselves enough and give back to themselves enough. You can't be a good leader, a good king or queen, or anyone who's in a big, like a management position. You can't be that way if you continue to give and not give to yourself and be emotionally on the right track. Kind of reason why a lot of companies have bad managers or bad management because they don't give enough to themselves and don't love themselves enough, which is all going to change in the narrative. If you want to be that boss, if you want to be that independent person, create steps to happen. Final card, Ace of Pentacles, followed by Three of Pentacles. 1, 3. You have good ideas that are coming in abundantly. Whatever comes to your mind next year is going to make you some money. You have good ideas, good creation. Finding a team comes from within you. What do you want that team to be? They have to have your back. They have to be teamwork makes the dream work. That's all I have to say. New ideas are coming. You're in this direction of finding yourself back. I told Leo this too. You're finding yourself on your way back up to where you need to be on your crown. I feel like everyone's crown has been misplaced this year, and they're trying to find it in everyone else's. Like, you're trying to find what you were here for, what you're abundant for, what you need for in life. The multiple cards. You're going to be flying, traveling, doing a lot next year. You're going to be in the air. You have the Wheel of Fortune. Good luck card if it was in the reverse. But even if you lose some, you're going to win some. Keep that optimistic. This can always be changed. It's talking about the future. Bad planning can also tend to, you feel like you're losing something. Maybe, but at the same time, just be careful with that. Page of Swords. Don't get lost in, the hype. You're creating ideas and good activities, but you have to stay focused. All right. So now that we got that out of the way, let me just pull some change cards, and then I'll do quarters of the years for you guys. Thank you guys, whoever are tuning in. If you would like to leave a donation, or you feel like, feeling generous and gratitude, I will place my Cash App. I also have a PayPal available for you guys. If you want a personal reading, just DM me. Just contact me and we can make that happen. My personal readings go from 45 minutes to an hour. You get your birth signs, you get the sun rising, which also too, this reading is for your sun rising and your moon. I also do 5-question card pulls, and if you just need to know a little bit more about that, you can just let me know. And I know that a lot of people are coming up this year with more and more answers, so shuffling these cards because I know that I have to pull them next. I'm gonna actually get some new cards too. Okay, what's the one card? Oh, this is the butterfly oracle. It's all about change with you guys. What's going on with Sagittariuses and change? What's going to happen next year for them? The new year. What is going on with their new year reading? You got forgiveness. Forgiveness is key to help you move on. I feel like you guys are in a rut. You feel like that you've been too hard on yourselves. Forgive yourself. You'll start to forgive others too. And that's always a good thing. Forgive yourself and others. Make sure that you continue to bless your own self. And it could be also a change too. Are you changing the way you feel? Are you changing the way that you continue to do things? It's very important to forgive yourself. And it's also about a new chapter once you forgive. Like I said before, you do have a second chance. Forgive what has been done to you. Next year's, don't even worry about who hurt you. Not necessary. Okay. Let's see here. So I'm about to do a quarterly. Let's see what's going on for the quarterlies. I'm going to pick 4 cards for the quarterlies. I want to see how I did these. What's going to happen for January? Actually, I'm going to do a 3-card pull. I think I did that the last time for Leos. Let's do a 3-card pull. So January, February, and March. What is going on for January, February, and March of Sagittariuses? So you got 2 of Swords. And I saw 2 of Swords earlier, but I didn't think about it. January, you got some decisions to make. Some directions to make. You got things to do. Decisions are hard, especially in that time, because it's a decision of you're going to go left or you're going to go right, which usually tends to happen. So, you got 9 of Pentacles in February. Abundance, joy, fruition. This is a strong earth card. Fertility. So if you are looking for that, if you're seeing that in your future to be a mom next year, good card. February is all about love, and of course, if you believe in Valentine's Day, so it's a good card. You have a choice to make, but also I see some love coming in next year for you, Sagittarius. So if that's what you want, it's a good fruition card. Whatever decision you make in January is definitely going to affect in February. You got 2 of Wands again. But this time it's upright. You know where you're going. March is a big decision. So those are the cards for January, February, and March. Okay. April, May, and June. What is going on? Pull cards for that quarter. I'm sorry if I think in Leo I pulled 4 cards for their quarterlies. I'm not sure why I believe it's 4. I'm going to go back and check. But I can pull another card for each one. But I already called for April, May, and June. So what's going on April, May, and June? You got the Sun in reverse. You need to do something to make you happy. April showers, it might be a little bit rainy in your what you're seeing right now, but you will be okay. April's going to be big. You got 2 cards from that. Sun upside down and the 9 of Swords. A change is going to happen. We do see someone being stabbed in the back. Someone who you think is going to be there isn't going to be there. And that's all about change. And that hurts. I hate when I see 9 of Swords. It always hurts when someone either backstabs you or you do something that you know that's wrong. But it's always a new day, a new beginning, a new horizon. So you don't want to be that person being stabbed, and you don't want to be that person on the other end of the sword. So be careful in April. There's a lot of changes, a lot of differences happening. May, you're going to overwork. You have all these dreams, but I feel like a move is going to happen for you in April, that you have to find your happiness back again, but it's going to take hard work, and May is nothing but hard work. And don't stress yourself out. Don't stress yourself out entirely, you know? What else is happening? In June. You got 8 of Pentacles. You got 8 of Pentacles. So you got 8 of Pentacles in June. You're going to be back on your grind. You're going to be working hard, and you're going to know, you see the long-term success in it. You're going to be back on your grind. You may have a little bump between April and May. It's going to be some hard months, but at the same time, June, you're going to be back on your grind, and you're going to see the work that's paying off. January, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. July, August, September. What is going on? July, you're back in your throne, making decisions. It's a big fire sign card. Good decisions, good leadership. Don't get too much into it, but at the same time, you know what you're doing now, and you know what you want. I just say don't get too much into it. I mean, don't push the narrative, because you worked hard for this. You worked hard for it. In July, you're going to see some things are going to turn around. King of Wands is a good masculine, very good masculine card. Either good relationships could happen in July. August, 6 of Wands, upright. That means people are going to see what you're doing. It's a good fame card. Someone's going to see what you really are about. You could get famous, someone can realize what all the work is going to happen. Usually around July and August, people usually see your work that you tend to do. So September. King of Cups, big emotional card. I feel like you might meet somebody in September. Or it's a big emotional card of creations and ideas and how you feel. Upright though. October, November, December. October, it's a very high spiritual time in October, so I'm trying to get with you got Nine of Cups. Usually upright, it means you're proud of what you're doing. You feel like you're mentally there. Up reverse, it's some time for some self-reflection. Four of Wands, it's a celebration canceled. Something could be canceled, and it's in reverse. So something may or may not be canceled in October. Like you have reverse cards in October. So November. You have a decision to make, but you're blindsided, and a lot of people around you aren't doing what they're supposed to do. What's happening in at the Justice card upright? It followed by the Ten of Pentacles upright. Actually, it followed by the Sword, Ace of Swords too. December, which is your season back again. Got all three of these cards: Justice, Ace of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Usually Ten of Pentacles is a good sign. Upright, it's abundant. Good money's coming in. But you have to reevaluate your finances in December. It's not all about money. Balance everything out because it could get overwhelming this year. 2021. It could get overwhelming this year. Ace of Swords in reverse. Don't let the idea or the emotions get to you, especially when it comes to those certain things, because new ideas usually come when things start to happen. So overall, let me do 4 shuffles to show the first of the year. First quarter of the year: January, February, and March. You got the Hangman upright this time. Decisions are going to be made. You know what you're doing now. You're smarter than the average bear. It's about time to get that actually stepping stone. It's a good patience card because you have patience, but at the same time, you've done the work before and you know what's going on. And that's what I can get. You know the decision that you're going to make in January is going to be the right decision for you, which leads to, I see a lot of good things happening in the beginning of the year. April, May, June. Emotionally, you did get the Ten of Cups before. Emotionally, you're going to be okay. But something's going to change that's going to hurt your happiness in March. But it's up to you how you're going to handle it, because things are going to happen each and every year. Oh, I'm sorry. Also, you may be moving. It may be a time for a change to recreate your happiness. March is about change. But April tends to bring a lot. April's a big, month. It's always the month of Aries too. So a lot of things are going to tend to happen. Maybe a move or a change that may, upset your happiness, or you don't want to leave or anything like that. So that's always a big thing. May's about work. May's about getting back to work, but don't stress yourself. You're going to be doing a lot of work. Usually it's for yourself, unfortunately, when it's like this. It's hard to carry that burden. So also get some relaxation and rest during the beginning of spring. Overall, your happiness will be your drive in order to get through spring. Spring, I see, is a hard time. But at the end of spring, June, once it happens, you are going to see the work that you did. It wasn't all for nothing. The move, the change, and everything, it wasn't for nothing. June, July, I do see some King of Wands going. So there is a good amount of change and direction and creativity. What did we get for? Ooh. Okay, I didn't even have to shuffle for that card. Because the inner work you have done and what happened in spring, there could be a way of figuring out what is going on with you. Sorry, the energy feels weird for some reason. Hermit card comes up when you need to probably reevaluate. There may be some times where you might want some solitude, especially in September, but it's kind of weird. Why did I get the Hermit? I'm still pulling. The world's going to want a lot of you in July, August, and September. I see 2 crown cards, and then you have the 6 of Wands. Very powerful card. You're on your throne. People want a lot from you. All of that, when the world wants something from you, it's a good blessing, but always find time for yourself. And there's sometimes you may want to be isolated. And also get a good health checkup next year. I'm getting a lot of that energy. Get good health checkups next year. Check on your health, mentally, physically. Get yourself in motion. October. A lot of things may be topsy-turvy, but there may be a cancellation and a celebration for you guys. November, some choices are going to be made. A decision is going to be made. You're tied up into it. It looks like it's like, it starts off really good. Spring doesn't start off so well. You're going to have a good July and like a good summer. Fall not as much as well either. Winter good. Spring, something can change. Summer, good. You know what you are. Getting famous, you're getting out there. Your invention, your creation is coming out there. Fall, people want a piece of you. And it looks like a lot of cancellations and stuff like that. So people want a piece of you. You probably want to go back to what you were doing. It might be like a setback, kind of a little minor setback, but don't worry about it. Fall, you're questioning a lot of things. And in December, you have a lot of creativity, more money. I feel like this whole section of cards equals more money, more problems. Let me just pull for that last section. More money, more problems. You got to balance it out. I see you get more money, Sag. It's just balancing out. Everyone's going to want a piece. You have to, it's kind of like, you can prep all your life for winning the lottery, but when it comes to it, you have to, set boundaries. It's funny, I'm getting 2 cards. You got 3 of Wands again. You have the whole world at your feet. You worked hard next year around fall time, and you got the High Priestess in reverse. Don't let fame get to your head, because when you get High Priestess in reverse, you lost your connection way. You lost your connection. And it feels kind of different because you lost your way in your connection. But at the same time, you're back on the hill again. You know the direction you need to go. It's kind of hard because you're in this way of yourself and you need to balance it. So this is kind of what I mean by more money, more problems. Don't let money get away from you, from your intuitive side, into why you decided to do what you needed to do. All right. So overall, overall, Sagittarius, it is going to be that type of year of a complete change. Either we're the Sagittarius usually are either it is or isn't. Gray areas really, like, fathom us, but I do see a lot of changes of it's a hard working year because a lot of things have to be set in stone again, because like I said, this year moved and forced people to where they needed to go and where they didn't want to go. Now it's about the rebuild. And it's kind of like losing weight and gaining weight. It's a year of you're going to have to work in order to get there. And you want to, reclude yourself. You want to, get yourself there and here, but you have to do it from there, from your mind. So overall, I do see a good year coming. You're going to have a little setbacks, but at the same time, that's what life is about, All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Hope it wasn't too long for you guys. I know that usually we have those readings, but I do see something good happening for you, Sagittarius. Get some rest, relaxation. Know what you want. Time is not up yet for you. I know it feels like time is running out. It feels like it. And in some cases, you're going to have time running out with people who, you never know what's going to happen. But time is forever. Time is of the essence. But at the same time, you have to balance time out. Don't let time control you. You may be starting something new at a certain age that you never knew that you were going to start. Don't let time control you. Time is always going to be there, but at the same time, time is going to control you. Time is not going to control you. You should not let time control you. But it is hard because it's always in your face. Alrighty. Sorry about that. I don't know why I say time is always going to control you, because I think it's like that feeling right now, like you feel like time was wasted, or time because can be impatient, Sagittarius. But overall, it's, you're going to find out that it was worth it for this time to happen. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting. If you like a personal reading, DM me, or you can, contact me. If you're feeling generous about the reading, or you felt happy, or if you found some connection with the reading, please, if you would like to donate, it's always up there. It's always an option. I will put up my Cash App, or, any way that you like. And also have PayPal too, and Venmo. But yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow for Aries. We are definitely going to see what's going on with Aries. So bye. I'll see you guys later.